All right, this lesson is about growing in wisdom, and it's a large aspect of this truth. Everything's not breakdown, breakdown, breakdown. Growing in wisdom. First, you get wisdom by doing what? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Psalms 111 and verse 10. Real quick. All right, this is Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. It says, "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever." All they that do his commandments. What are they? Mosaic commandments, the Mosaic law. Follow them, you do them, because to follow them to do them means you have to know them. And to know them means you have to do what? 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Grab that. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." So you study. You study to show yourself approved. That's how you are becoming wise, by reading scriptures, by following the law. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." So be blessed. God sees that you're making a sincere effort. You're seeking. You're knocking. What am I supposed to do? So that's commendable. And on your journey, looking to keep the laws, statutes, commandments, you're going to find where you've made faults, where you've sinned, where you sinned in your own ignorance. You're like, oh, okay, wow. I did not know that this was a law. I did not know this is something that we were supposed to do. And along your journey, you're going to make a sincere effort to become better. This is Deuteronomy chapter, where are we at? (32), verse 44. Want to start at? And Deuteronomy 32:44. "Moses came and spake all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Hosea the son of Nun. And Moses made an end of speaking all these words to all Israel. And he said unto them, Set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which ye shall command your children to observe to do all the words of this law. For it is not a vain thing for you, because it is your life. And through this thing ye shall prolong your days in the land whither ye go over Jordan to possess." So what he's saying is, keep these laws, keep this covenant, keep these commandments. It's an honorable thing to do. You want your wisdom? You start by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Let me grab another verse. This is, okay, it's lucky. It's not in this chapter. Amos chapter 3. That's number 9. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, surely Yahweh Elohim will do nothing but reveal us his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Now, the servants, the prophets, they get the secrets, the understanding, the dark mysteries. And the prophet is going to be doing what? Keeping the laws and commandments to the best of his ability. Where he falls, he's getting right back up, dusting himself off. We're going to take another crack at this. So that's where your wisdom is at. And how you gain wisdom. That's number 1. By keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, here's a second way how to grow in wisdom. This is Sirach chapter 6 and verse 34. I'm going to start at verse 32. Yes, Sirach 6 and 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. So number 2, love to hear. Bowing your ear. Sometimes shut up. Listen. And I'm going to say this too, and this is a little bit more advanced, and I wouldn't recommend for brothers who are new at all. But you can learn a lot just from listening to a fool and watching him open his mouth and just splutter out some of his misconceptions that he has. That's another topic. Again, that's more advanced. But more so listening to a wise man, though. You want to be able to listen. You love to listen. Verse 33 again. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. Because one thing about a person that loves to hear, loves to listen. When a person's speaking to him, you can tell if a person's really paying attention. If a wise man speaking and he's talking to you, you can tell if you're paying attention. Now, he won't know if you're going to apply that and forget it the next day until he sees that you in action. But he can tell if you listen, you looking to the left, you looking to the right, you looking down. Your phone, you get a phone alert, you immediately stop, go on your phone and check your text message, going all over the place. You're not asking questions about, what was said, You're not an active listener. You're just being quiet and it's going in one ear and out the other. But if you actually truly, sincerely listen, a wise person will pour out a lot of wisdom into you. Iron sharpens iron. But if you one of those guys that don't love to listen, nobody's going to waste their time trying to teach you. You're cutting them off. Nobody's going to waste their time to try to teach you. Even sometimes when you think that you're wrong, sometimes you got to shut up and listen. Sometimes you got to just shut up and listen. Wait for the opportunity to speak if it requires you to speak. Verse 34, stand in the multitude of elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parable's understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. So, you see a man that's wise. Get in good graces with him. Man, can I help you to do something? Can I help you cut your grass? Because at the end of the day, the guy is giving you It's time to teach you wisdom. Time is money. So you want to at least compensate them some way. So that's how you really want to do. Don't got to be not necessarily financially, but help them with something. Show your appreciation. Show them that what you taught them is not in vain. Tell them about your experiences of applying what he taught you. Now you're establishing something. So number 2 is how you get wisdom, being around somebody that's wise. Let me ask you, think about this. Yes, brother that's on the screen, listen. How many people do you talk to on a regular basis that are wiser than you? Because that's how you gain wisdom, by talking to people that's wiser than you. Who's wiser than you? How often do you talk to them? Think about that. Is the main person you talk to somebody who you're wiser than? Are you teaching them? Who's the wisest person that you talk to on a consistent basis? That's the person that you want to talk to and soak as much information and knowledge as you can. And who's more wiser than the men of Yahweh, the ones who have this truth? Go to the next verse. Verse 37, let thy mind be upon the ordinance of Yahweh, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. That's how you get wisdom. It goes back to number 1 that I said. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Number 2, get under wise men who you know to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You will be in some good graces. So that conclude this lesson. On that note, I want to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem HaKadosh. That belongs to the elders of GMS well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.